What's up, everybody? This is a Force of Nature Spiritual Awakening, and I'm back with another Saturn in the Sign video. So, tonight we're going to be discussing Saturn in Leo and what that's all about. So, this one is the last of the Saturn in the series. Okay, so be sure to check out the next one. The next one is going to be Jupiter, the planet Jupiter in the Signs series. Be sure to check that out also, as far as the other ones that I did before. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in on my channel. Okay, I appreciate all the love and support that everybody's been pushing out. I appreciate it. Moving forward. So, we're going to address Saturn and what Saturn's all about, what Saturn has to do with us. So, first, Saturn is the planet of limitations. Saturn is the planet of discipline. Saturn has to do with karma. It has to do with past life karma. Saturn is here to teach us hard, crucial, intense life lessons. Okay? Until our Saturn return, which is about the age of 28. Once you become 28, your Saturn's going to return, and this area of life is going to be the area in your life that you're going to be able to master. So, it's not going to just be automatic. So, once you turn 28 and you think this is supposed to be, no, but it will become easier. So, once you turn about 30 to about 35, this is going to be definitely the area, okay, that you will master. Saturn is about restriction and limitation. It delays things until later on in life. All right, we have to learn the lessons and some hard ones at that. So, the sign Leo. Mm. Leo is the sign of the king of the jungle. It's the sign of the king and the queens, because this is who they feel they are. Okay, this is what they represent, pushing forward out into the world. Leo is a fixed sign, a fixed fire sign at that. Okay. Oh God, I just couldn't wait to do this one. I'm telling you, I couldn't wait to do it. I like this energy. I like this one. This one is something. Okay. Because they really have to get in touch with themselves. But I'm going to go. So, Saturn in Leo. Saturn's ruling planet is the sun. Okay? The sun in the zodiac birth chart rules over the fifth house. The fifth house is ruled by Leo. So, with that being said, the fifth house is a fun place. The fifth house is about creativity. It's about your children. It's about worldly pleasures, pleasures in general, just indulging, having a good time, life of the party, having a party. It has to do with pleasures, things that we enjoy, casual relationships. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a committed one. It can also just be casual, just dating, just getting out there, getting your feet wet. Okay, is this. Um, so, Saturn in Leo, women and men have a deep rooted issue surrounded around being criticized. Okay, you have to understand the sign Leo. are all about the limelight. They're all about the spotlight. They're all about the attention being put onto them. They love compliments, not people judging them and criticizing them. They don't love that. They don't love that. Okay? So, pretty much in this placement, Saturn doesn't feel comfortable. Leo doesn't feel comfortable in Saturn. Leo wants to be able to fully express its talents, its ambition, its passionate, fiery love nature. Okay? This is what Leo wants to do. Leo wants to do things its own way. It's the king and the queens of the jungle. Okay? So they are the ones giving the orders, not the ones taking them. This is how Leo in Saturn feels. Okay? I'm sorry. This is how Leo feels as an individual. So now, Leo being in Saturn is going to block, going to delay, going to restrict and limit this fun-filled nature, this childlike energy, this casual dating, this lighthearted, free spirit nature until their Saturn return. And that shit is crazy. Because who don't want to have fun? Who don't want to have a good time? But in this placement, this is what it is. So, in a past life, Saturn and Leo, women and men, really struggled and dealt with issues surrounding authority figures. Anybody that had power at their hands, okay, that could make a decision, that can call the shots, that can put things into order, things into structure, things of this nature. These people have a deep rooted issue with, because these are the very people that look down on them, look down upon them, made them feel like when they were given orders, the shit wasn't being recognized, the shit wasn't being obeyed. So, in their past life, they dealt with some serious situations stemming around authority figures. People were not being receptive, being respective for whatever it was when they were speaking their truth, giving out orders, and making sure things were structured and in place. People did not acknowledge it to its full capacity. It wasn't respected. Okay? So now they come into this life. Okay? Saturn and Leo, they come into this life. And they feel a great fear of not being able to step up fully to the plate that they so love to be in. Okay, they love the limelight, they love spotlight. They're good at being actors and actresses. They're good at performing. They have issues with feeling like they're not as real as they want to be. They have issues with feeling like I am fake. They have issues with feeling like I am not giving out these orders to the people in my full capacity, okay? Or I'm not delivering what I want to accomplish in my full potential, okay? These are the issues that these people have. Very well, that in their past life, these people could have been. They could have been very wealthy. They could have also have been kings and queens in a past life. They could have been in politician. They could have been presidents. They could have been in a high status in their life. Okay? And when they were put and placed in those positions, they did not they did not perform, because they're performers. They did not perform to their best ability on that spotlight stage that they were placed on. They did not live up to the truth of their self, the truth that they might wanted to have really given. They didn't pull it out. They didn't tell the truth. They didn't stand firmly on the things that they said. Okay, so they may have said we're going to do this and then changed their mind and did something else. People were not able to fully obey their orders. Okay, this has to do with a lot of controlling energy in it. Control, having things in place. Things need to be structured. This is how it's going to be. I said it, and this is what it is. This is an issue for them today. So these people um, come into this life, and they definitely are here to lead. They're definitely going to go through some hard times. They're going to go through trials and tribulations in order to get to that level, because Saturn's going to definitely put you back in that level as long as you learn lessons today. You need to learn your lessons, okay? And what their lesson is to not have that fear of speaking their truth, not have that fear of not feeling like I'm going to be able to express, okay, what it is that needs to be done. Okay, when I say this is what it's going to be, I'm going to stay firm on my word. This is what Saturn wants to bring out of you. They want you, Saturn wants you to be at your fullest potential as far as leadership and running the ship. Okay? So, early on in life, in this life, these people were put into a situation, and they have strong rooted issues, can have strong rooted issues surrounding their fathers, because the sun represents your father. Okay, they can have issues with their father and the way that he ran the ship, the way that he came at the individual, the way that it can almost feel like with these people, and they definitely can feel like they want to prove themselves to their father, to authority figures. Okay, want to prove something to them doesn't mean they're going to listen to what you are telling them what they should do, because they ain't going to be trying to really do all that. They are more about proving that I am capable, proving that I am able to handle this task that you put before me. Okay, so they're going to prove themselves. All right, sure enough, they're going to prove themselves as far as what they are capable of, as long as they learn the lesson. Okay, as I said before, Saturn's definitely going to delay things until you are experienced, seasoned in nature. It's going to delay things so that you can grasp what he's going to put before you, the blessing he's going to give you. Okay? So, you definitely have to look at all your aspects. Okay, I always say this, please keep this in mind. Look at all your aspects in your birth chart. If you don't know it, I have it in the description. You can look that up. Okay, so it will show you everything on how it's going to play out. Back to the Saturn and Leo person. These people are destined to come into the realization that no matter what anybody has to say about what you're going to do or how you're going to do it, it's all in your hands, okay? It's all in your hands. You need to just feel more confident. Okay. See, every single trait that has to do with Leo, okay, Saturn's going to delay it, put blockages in front of it, okay, until you get older. So every trait with Leo, which is being confident, being sure, okay, being very passionate about things, very casual in certain dealings, not as serious because they have a lot to do with that childlike energy, very flirtatious, very childlike, very ooh, you know. This can also be a placement where um, they can be great at artists, being musicians. These people can be on the stage, okay? They can be actors and actresses. These people know how to perform and act things out. And this is exactly why this is another insecurity that they do deal with, feeling like they are not real enough, okay? But Saturn is going to definitely, huh, mm-mm-mm. Saturn is going to place these people in an atmosphere, in an area, put them in a situation after situation, where they're going to have to step up to the plate. And a lot of times with displacement, Saturn and Leo, they don't, they'll be put in a position to step up to the plate, but they don't really feel like they're up to step into the plate at times. Okay, so you want a job, okay? You an actor, you an actress, okay? This is the time you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here at this time. These are the type of people that can very well come on their own goddamn time. You know what? I didn't feel like performing today. I'm not up for the task. I'm not coming in. Okay, so it's that type of energy that's going on with Saturn in Sagittarius placement, because Sagittarius on its own is prepared and ready at any given time to step up to this podium. This is what they love to do. So Saturn's going to strip you. Mm, Saturn is going to strip you, take away to an extent that area. You're going to get a little bit, but you're not going to be able to fully enjoy it. So this is the thing. You're going to master this area in your life where you feel like you couldn't have fun, where you feel like you couldn't just let your hair down and be free. Okay, because a lot of times this placement, they can work on jobs, be hard workers, okay, work instead of partying a lot of the times, okay, where sometimes you do need that time to yourself to just do that. These are the type of people that you can see at a party just being more laid back and chilling and reserved, where in the literal sign of Leo, these people will be turning up and having a good time, popping bottles and enjoying themselves. These people have a fair surrounding, being able to fully enjoy the pleasures, the comforts. Okay, they feel like they need to be doing more work. I need to put in more time. I need to accumulate more. Okay, because somebody has definitely groomed them and made them believe that what they have brought to the table wasn't enough. Shit they said wasn't solid, and this is how the other person may feel, where these people could very well have felt like they thought it was kind of solid, and now they're going to reflect and go back into their past life and feel like maybe I'm not as real as I think I am. They're going to start questioning themselves. So they really deal with a lot of times with self-doubt. Okay, not feeling like I could fully step up to the plate and show up in the way that I need to show up. These people feel this way. You know, this placement is very complex in nature. You see what I'm saying? Because the very things that people should be able to just freely just be able to experience, these people are blocked from. They feel like they shouldn't be able to have a good time, or when they have a good time, they feel guilty about it later because other things should have been taken care of. So with this lighthearted area, Leo, free spirit area, they feel blocked. They feel blocked, okay? But definitely in their past life, they had uh, a disappointing, traumatic experience with authority figures, feeling like they're ruling over them, okay? Could also have dealt with people looking down on them even from the government aspect. Okay, so they could have been in a, like I said, they could have been in a leadership position. They could have been ruling over the nations. They could have been spiritual leaders. They could have been these type of things. They could have been the person that was in charge, in command, and they fell short. These people could have fell short on their dealings with the world, people, their community. They could have fell short, and people felt let down, looked at them a certain kind of way, but things just didn't play out a certain kind of way in their past life. But in this life, this is definitely an opportunity for them to do a straight up comeback. Okay, do a comeback like no other. And this is why Saturn has this placement. I do want to say that Saturn and the Sun, they don't do so well with each other, okay, because Saturn likes to delay, the Sun likes shit now, okay, so it's definitely a conflict going on here, okay, but Saturn was going to delay anything, even if it wasn't a conflict anyway. It was going to delay it, it was going to put obstacles in your way. So, um, their obstacle is pretty much people looking down on them, people not recognizing them for who the fuck they really are. This placement has to do with knowing within yourself, okay? Giving your own self the reassurance, giving your own self the confidence, pulling that energy outside of you that you do hold, knowing that you can enjoy yourself and have a good time, knowing that you are going to be successful in your command, in your approach. You will be authentic, you will be real in nature. You won't have to have that thought, am I being me? Is this really me? Am I pretending? They have a fear behind these things, feeling like they're pretending because, like I said, they're very good at acting. They know how to put on a fucking show. So if you know how to put on a show and now you're not, and you're just in your everyday world, you're tapping, you might feel like you're tapping back into the fake energy, or just uh being a pretender. They don't want to be a pretender. They want to be real. They want to be authentic. They want to be original. They want to be creative. They want, when they speak, people listen at their command. Okay. In this placement, they definitely feel like they are fucking servants when they need to be in the role of being communicative and serious in nature. I'm leading the way. They need to feel this way, and they're going to feel this way. This is definitely a placement, and like I said, every one of them is a placement where you're going to master whatever area it's in. These people are going to be put right back into these positions in order to lead once again. And once they learn their lesson, they will be able to conquer that fear. They will be able to take on the task. They will be able to fulfill this dream, this prophecy, this thing that is destined for them to come to full fruition. Okay, so this has been my interpretation on Saturn and Leo. We finished the Saturn in the series placements. Okay, so we're going to move on to Jupiter. Okay, that's going to be the next one. Be sure to check that out. Be sure to check out my online store. It is Shopify. It's on Shopify. So just go to www.grimeygear.com. Also, if you need a caterer, I am the chef goddess. Also, you can hit me up at supremeroyalcatering@gmail.com. If you need my husband for any type of handyman services, you can hit him up at aronnesbit90@gmail.com. Okay? So, this has been a Force of Nature, spiritual awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see y'all on the next one.